Hello everybody, my name is Kara, and today I am doing the new to BookTube tag. And this was created by Trina from Between Chapters, and I will link her original video down below. Now I've already done the BookTube newbie tag, but I wanted to do this one too because I feel like the questions for the most part are really different. And I feel like the BookTube newbie tag really focused on what I want this channel to be and sort of how I got started, and I feel like this new to BookTube tag is more about like fun facts and sort of my preferences when it comes to books and all of that. Question number 1 is, where are you joining us from? And I live in California. Question 2 is, how old are you? And I am 22 years old. Question number 3 is, why did you join BookTube? And as I said in my other video, I really just loved the idea of getting together with a bunch of other people who are as passionate about books as me, and it's sort of like a giant united book club that's not defined by where you live or what kind of books you like, and I just really loved that idea and I wanted to be a part of it because I obviously have a lot of opinions about books and I wanted to share them with people. And also get opinions and recommendations from other people. Question 4 is, what is the meaning behind your channel name? So my channel name is Wild Book Garden, and the first part of that is based on the fact that Oscar Wilde is my absolute favorite playwright. I just really love his works, so that's why I spelled Wild with an E, as sort of a reference to that. And then Garden is a reference to The Secret Garden, which is one of my absolute favorite books, and I talk about it actually in my other video. It's kind of the book that really got me excited about reading. And then book, of course, because I love books, and I also just love the visual of the like very whimsical and sort of Alice in Wonderland feeling, just walking through this enchanted garden and like picking books out of flowers. I just really liked that image. Question number 5 is, what types of books do you read / want to talk about here? My favorite genre is definitely fantasy. I am particularly partial to fairy tale retellings. And I also really enjoy historical fiction and classics. But one of the reasons that I'm excited about this channel is I want to use it as an opportunity to sort of broaden my horizons and start exploring other genres that I maybe haven't given enough of a chance to. Like, I'm trying to read more contemporary and more science fiction and just really start to explore other genres. I'm also a firm believer in the idea that the synopsis matters more than the age range. Books I've ever read would technically be classified as middle grade, and I don't have a problem with that. It sounds like it's something I will enjoy. I will probably read it, whether it's young adult or middle grade or whatever. Who are some of your favorite authors? So let's see. Frances Hardinge, Mary Haskell, Jane Austen, C.S. Lewis, Rosamund Hodge, and yeah, 5 is good. Let's go with that. 7 is, what was the last book you read? And the book that I finished most recently is The Wrong Side of Right by Jen Marie Thorne. 8 is, what are you currently reading? And I am currently in the middle of When Dimple Met Rishi by Sandhya Menon. 9 is, what do you use for bookmarks? So I'm getting better about actually using real bookmarks because I have a few like really pretty and nice ones now that I enjoy using and I remember to use, but I'm still guilty of just like using a receipt or a random scrap of paper. I've used my ID card as a bookmark before, which is not a good idea. I don't recommend doing that because you will lose it at some point and freak out until you find it. And I've even used my phone as a bookmark, but I think the most ridiculous one is I have used another book as a bookmark. Like, if I'm reading a couple of books at one time, I will use the tiny paperback, mark my place in like a giant hardcover, which is not my best moment. Is, show us your current TBR pile. And I don't really have like a physical pile of books that's on my TBR. I have a lot of books that I want to read and I own a few of them already, and they're sort of just spread out across my bookshelves. Like, I have a few shelves here and then main bookcase in another room. They're sort of all mixed together as far as books I've read and loved versus books that I want to get to. Like, even the shelves behind me are sort of a mishmash of like favorite authors and books that I really want to read soon, so that I just didn't fit anywhere else, so I just kind of put them back there. So pretty much any of this could be a TBR pile. 11 is, which do you prefer? Paperback, ebooks or physical books, owning books or borrowing them. Definitely prefer paperback books, hands down. I feel like cheaper and you can fit more of them on a bookshelf, and I also look of them a lot more. I feel like they look so like clean and neat, and covers, a lot of times I find that I prefer the look of the paperback one over the hardcover. and I will forever be bitter that in the US the paperback is not released until like at least a year after the hardcover. I definitely like physical books more than ebooks. I don't even have an e-reader. Generally will prefer to buy a book that I really enjoy versus borrowing it from the library, and I love libraries, and there's something about having a physical representation really important to me, that if I enjoyed a book, I have the opportunity to pick it up and reread it whenever I feel like it, because I do enjoy rereading books. And 12 is what book or series got you into reading? And as I mentioned earlier, that was The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. My aunt and uncle gave me a copy when I was like 8 years old, and I loved that book. I reread it so many times, like my paperback copy is falling apart at this point. Mary Lennox was around my age, and that she was having these incredible or mysterious things happening to her, and she felt so real. Like, she felt like a person I could go and talk to whenever I felt like it. The book really opened my eyes to the fact that fiction can affect you as powerfully as something in the real world. How did you discover BookTube? And I don't even remember the first BookTube video I saw. I remember a few of the people I subscribed to at the beginning, but a few years ago I sort of stumbled across it might have even been a wrap-up video or, you know, some kind of review. Oh my gosh, there's people who talk about books on YouTube, like that's really cool. And I ended up watching a bunch more, and I sort of like can't remember what my YouTube viewing habits were like before I knew about this community. Even before I considered starting my own channel, I just liked that there was this whole subset of the YouTube community that was all about reading. What challenges do you think you'll face with your own channel? And for me, that's primarily going to be, I think, trusting my ideas and not getting too caught up in what I think other people are doing and what I should be doing, and being too much about subscribers or view counts. Because although I love the idea of reaching out to an ever-growing number of people, to focus on things that I'm excited to talk about and things I think other people will love, and just creating content that I can be proud of and that I really believe will help someone pick up a new favorite book. Avoid a book that is not a favorite. Number 15 is where else can we find you? Link up your social media. I am not living in 2017. My social media I have is Goodreads, and I will link that down below, and you are welcome to connect with me on that. So that was the new to BookTube tag. I hope that you feel like you got to know me a little better, and maybe some of my bookish preferences and things like that. And I hope you love the next book you read. Bye!